Hi guys, welcome to a 4 episode series I'm going to be doing about world maps to change your view on the world. So, just quickly, here are a couple of maps show what the world's supposed to look like. Let's just say that. You're probably familiar with this map, so I'm not going to stay on it any longer. So the first map is a map based on carbon emissions, and the first thing you can probably tell is that Europe is absolutely huge. Africa's pretty much disappeared because I know that because people tend to look directly in the middle. But anyway, you can also see that Russia is small, and Britain probably has about the same surface area, and that the US is actually bigger for once than Africa. And if you watch, I think it's the last episode, one of the if you watch episode 4, you'll see that the average size, the normal size of the US, can fit inside Africa, but I'm not going to go into that in too much detail. But yeah, you can see that Oceania, apart from Australia, is about the right size, which is, pardon me, weird in my opinion. So yeah, let's go on to the next one. A map of where child labour is. You can see that North America is almost totally disappeared. Europe's almost totally disappeared. Same with Australia and New Zealand. You can see that South America and some of the Caribbean places have shrunk or grown, if it's the Caribbean, from their usual size. But most obviously is the fact that Africa is filling up almost double what it usually does. And most especially is the fact that Ethiopia and Nigeria has grown the most. The rest are either the same size or slightly more inflated. You can see that Russia doesn't exist in this map. Japan's very small. China is fairly big. And India is absolutely massive. Let's go on to the next one. It's a map of where McDonald's is. There isn't much really to say about this because it kind of says it all. I had to cut this bit off because there was a graph down underneath the fries buying dust, which isn't relevant to this. It was basically a graph showing incomes of different companies that are similar to McDonald's, and saying that McDonald's gets more yearly income than some countries. For example, it gained almost double what Afghanistan did 1 year. I cannot tell you, as of 2003, year 2003. And you can see where McDonald's are distributed. So yeah, let's go on to the next one. It's a world map as you would have seen it if you were alive before animals and things. So you can see where Asia is and bits of northern Europe. You can see that that Spain was kind of slanted then onto Algeria. You can clearly see the outline of Africa and neighbouring countries such as Saudi Arabia and Turkey. How Yemen was kind of attached to whichever one this is. I can't exactly read that, but a country near Ethiopia. You can see that Brazil fits nicely into that little corner in Africa, and that you can clearly see that. And Antarctica hasn't really moved. I could talk about this map all day because I think this one is really interesting. But anyway, I don't know whether you're enjoying it because this is the future. You're watching this in the future. Anyway, next map. Countries that don't use a metric system. So over here we have the US. We have Bangladesh. No, not Bangladesh. Burma and Thailand. And we have Cote d'Ivoire and what's the other one? Liberia. So that one, if you're going to any of the countries I just listed, I think you have to use feet and inches, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. Next map. A map split into sections with each section containing 1 million people. You can see that all the Americas put together have 1 million people, that all of Africa has 1 million people. So far so good. Then it gets complicated. You've got Europe, the European half of Russia, and the Middle East having 1 million people. You've got most of India and some neighbouring countries like Bangladesh. Then you've got New Guinea, you've got Indonesia, you've got Malaysia, and some Siamese countries. And then you've got southern China. And then in the red section you've got Japan, North and South Korea, and parts of China. And in the final section you've got the rest of Russia, you've got Mongolia, the rest of China, the rest of India, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, and all that. And then kind of on the same theme, we've got this. There are more people living inside this weird circle than outside of this weird circle. And if we look at this, we've got evidence to back that theory up. Because if we look at this one, you can see that, and then refer to this one, you can see that it goes around here, and then down here, and around here like that. So yeah. Thanks guys for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch out for episode 2, which I'm sure won't come out long after this one. And in that episode I will show you another 10 maps to change your view in the world, with things like landlocked countries, and countries by wealth, and countries that suffer most from terrorism, and things like that. It's all rather interesting, really. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.